everyone, and welcome once again to Ethel's Insight. So today I have you with me, Counselor Manor and Derek. Today we are going to talk about marriage expectations versus reality. But before that, we have new content on board. That's the Gist Desk and Extra Time. Extra Time is the football content, and the Gist Desk is trending news here going on social media. So please, if you haven't subscribed to Ethel's Insight, please do, because when you've not subscribed, or when you are not following my account, or my account, you are missing a lot, because we have a lot of surprises coming on this 2026. So back to the topic: marriage expectations versus reality. If you're a young man or a young lady, getting into your, I don't know the age for you to get married though, but getting into your 20s, 30s, I know you'll be thinking about getting married. Yeah, so today we are going to talk about that, especially the expectations. So let me start with Counselor Manuel. Please, how have you been this week?
I've been good. I've been good, and the new year too is going on well.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah,
Okay, first of all, please, are you married?
sure. Yeah, I am.
Okay, so
Sure.
a shout out to your wife and
Okay,
children.
okay. So a shout out to Deborah. Yeah, I call Victoria and then Princess,
Wow.
and also a shout out to Kendra. Yeah, I call her my girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and also, also a shout out to my wife Esther. Yeah.
Shout out to Mrs. Esther. Okay, so please let's get into it. Expectations in marriage versus reality.
Yes, so because I'm a Christian, I'll come from the biblical background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 18, that for surely there is an end, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. So even in our personal lives, we even have expectations. Maybe growing up 25 or 20 years, you wish you want to be like someone, or you want to achieve more in the next following years. So that is your expectation. In marriage too, you should have expectations. Yeah, before and even after marriage, you should have expectations. Yeah, so expectations are very, very important.
Okay. So what about the reality of marriage?
So with the reality of marriage is what maybe you thought that, well, if I go into marriage, this will happen, and maybe when you went into marriage, somebody would say that what I ordered for and what I got. Yes, yes. So that is the reality of marriage. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
before you got married, what was your expectations?
Okay, well, so for me, my expectation was that I will build my first expectation above all was that I'll build a godly home.
Okay.
Yeah. A godly home is different from a worldly home. A godly home is built on the kingdom marriage, which is according to the Bible, which is in Galatians 5, verse 23 or 25, says that submitting to one another. It starts with the submitting to one another, but most men run away from the submitting to one another and come to wife. This is submit to your husband, and then husbands. So it is built. The godly marriage is built on that principle. Yeah. So when I was getting married, that was the principles that I had, or maybe the expectation I had. And then also, I had an expectation for my kids. Yeah, that is, I had an expectation of how many children I'll give birth to. And also, I had an expectation for my wife. Maybe if I get married to her, the kind of businesses that I'll help her, and also the kind of achievements that maybe I will help her to achieve. Yeah, I had all this expectation, and even I had an expectation of where we will even maybe stay. Yeah, yeah. I was not thinking about maybe going to stay in my family house or in my dad's house, but maybe renting a house and then building a family together with my kids and then my wife. Yeah.
So far, so have you reached your expectations?
I would not say I've reached 100 of my expectations, but I think with gradually step by step, I think we are getting there. Yeah.
So let me move to Derek.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to know, do you have a girlfriend? I know you are not married. Yeah.
Eh?
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay. So what are you expecting, like, in marriage? Yeah. What are you expecting?
What am I expecting?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as counselor said,
Mm-hmm.
expectations are part of life, but as time goes on, reality sets in, and you realize that majority of the things that you expected are not unfolding. And so I can mention some of the things I'm expecting. For example, especially with regards to the kind of person I want to marry, definitely want somebody that is God fearing, someone that's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And then very respectful, like these three basic things. This is an expectation. However, as time goes on, you can meet somebody who is probably not having all these characteristics, but then there's something peculiar about the person that you believe that when you join with that person, you people can do life together, right? So basically, looking for someone that's God fearing, someone that's intelligent, and then someone that's submissive or yeah, respectful. Basically,
So
yeah.
what if you don't reach your expectations? Is the marriage going to like end or what?
So these three things that I've mentioned, I think are basic things that are achievable when you're looking at someone that's God fearing. We can get some, or I can say I can get some, right? You can get someone that's intelligent, you can get someone that's respectful. So I don't think these three things are things that are not, unless maybe I say, I want to marry a nurse, I want to marry a lawyer, I want to marry a doctor. So when I put up that expectation, definitely there's a high possibility that I might not meet a woman like that.
Yeah.
Now, when that happens, I think I would have to compromise. Let's say maybe I want to marry, let's say a lawyer, and then I'm not meeting lawyers, or maybe the lawyers I'm proposing to, they're all bouncing me. That's the reality, right? So what it means is that I should compromise, sit down, restructure that. I don't know, bring up some strategies again that will work moving forward. Yeah. So when it happens and I don't meet some of the things that I want, I think I would have to compromise. Yeah.
So with the attitude side, do you think okay, let's say maybe when you guys were dating,
Right.
you realize this lady is very respectful, hardworking.
Mhm.
Afemudu Awariano, things has changed. So with that one, do you think let's say it's your expectation, right?
Yeah.
So with that one, are you going to compromise or what are you going to do about it in marriage?
Okay. Is this Suban is saying? Where they pay, you get it. And as my brother said, he said he's a Christian. Get it, and then I'm a Christian as well. Now we are always praying to God for discernment of spirit. Yes, discernment of spirit. So before we get married, I am praying to God that we'll be able to identify a lot of traits that are hidden. That the Lord will try as much. In fact, I won't say the Lord will try. The Lord will bring all those into light for us to see before we
Yeah.
get into that journey called marriage. But if we there's an oversight, and then we get married and we begin to see certain areas of the person that we least expected, we didn't see her like, hey, now we're saying I was here. Now God hates divorce. That's not the first thing that's going to come into mind. But definitely we are going to find different means to solve the problem. You understand? The Bible says, in fact, love covers all, or love conquers all. And so we'll find ways and means to try and solve that problem, provided we have elderly people in our various families who can come in and then advise or counsel us onto what to do. Yeah.
So I want to ask both of you this question. We the young ones coming up know that
Put
uh,
me
we
there in that category.
we know that we always dream of like a beautiful marriage, like someone who is having money or with this soft life thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to really talk about the reality of it for them to understand
Okay.
what marriage is really about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before I go on, was it that was on December that we had our last episode, right?
Yes.
Talking about temperaments and others. And research has proven that, especially, we talked about the melancholics, the four temperaments that we had. Especially the melancholics have the high expectation
Yeah.
that they themselves they can't reach.
Yeah.
So if you're a person who have a high expectation, then that means that maybe you fall within the melancholic state. So marriage shouldn't, like, you shouldn't have a high expectation about marriage. Some people have a high expectation of about the partner that they want to marry. Like, the partner should have this and this and that and that. But just calm down. Yeah, we are not all angels, I'm not an angel, I'm not a superman. So the partner you are going to marry, first know that he's not a superman, he's a human, and that is why you have to limit your expectations.
Really.
Yes.
Okay, Derek, what do you have to say about it?
Okay, so um, I believe one thing, that whatever we are doing, we are to hope for the best but expect the worst. So I think this is one of the things that when we put into marriage is going to save a lot of things. Even when it comes to friendship, when it comes to relationship, we hope for the best but we expect the worst, because as human beings, we move with human beings. They are always not going to do things you want them to do. They are always not going to say things you want to hear that will make you feel happy. Human beings are like that. They are always going to be critical. Like, they'll try to criticize you in a certain way. So with young people like me, myself, and you and everybody here, right, who will be getting married one day. I don't know for Felix.
Yeah. I am not a Gen Z.
Me.
Yeah, you are not part of us. You are not part, just accept it. You are not
That
part
I'm
of
not.
us. You are not a Gen Z.
But my body is Gen Z.
Okay, you look like
Yeah, my body is Gen Z. But yeah, so we are, as you said, we are supposed to lower expectation. Just hope for the best from people. But then while you are hoping for the best, have it in mind that they are humans. There's going to be time where they might change. There's going to be time whereby things might get rough. There's going to be time whereby they wouldn't be the people that they were before.
Yeah.
You get it? And so when those things happen, at least you will not be so disappointed. You get it? So this is a way to actually guard your heart. So we are going to marry. Me that I'm going into marriage. This is one of the things I have in my mind. As he said, I'm not going to marry an angel.
Yeah.
I will marry a mortal, a normal human being just like me, who have flaws and mistakes. So we are to hope for the best but expect the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, talking about reality, I just want to boil down into the aspects of the marriage itself.
Yeah.
So I wrote an article which will be a book very soon, and then it explains marriage. So I say that the M means is me.
Okay.
So you write all the expectations that you are looking for from your partner, and then after that, turn the other side of the paper and write, "Can I do that?"
Right. Okay.
Okay, so if let's supposing I'm expecting my partner to do this and that, after writing everything, just turn the back of the sheet and ask yourself, whatever I've written, can I do that? Most of the times we expect people to do this, but we ourselves, we can't do it. So the first M in marriage says that marriage is me personally. So you have to also understand your emotions. You know, some people, they want their partners to understand them, but they themselves, they don't understand themselves. So first of all, your emotions comes, and then your temperaments also come. So the M in the marriage, the first M in the marriage tells you that it's me. So when you are going to marry, you are going to marry the person, but you yourself, you are going to marry yourself.
You
Yes,
need to understand
yourself first before you can deal with other person. Yeah.
Do you think rushing into marriages like doesn't last longer?
I feel that most of the times what I tell people is that marriage itself is an institution, and every institution has a teacher, and also it's a place for studies. So the first thing you have to know is that you have to learn a lot, read a lot. Nowadays, in this generation, we don't read,
Very true.
and then there are a lot of articles and then books online that you can get. I do something, and then that's been with me always. Every month I read a book,
Okay.
and until I finish, I don't go to the next book. So you need to read. There are marriage books, and then also get closer to people who have good marriages, and then they've survived with within the 20 to 25 years, or 20 to let's say 80 years or so, and then ask them, let them coach you, because marriage is not a place for jokes. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think
Derek, yeah.
he said something. He said, find people who have successful marriages and ask questions, learn from them.
Yeah.
I think we can also learn from people with failed marriages.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we can learn
Yeah.
we can learn a lot from them. So we see some of the things they did wrong that destroyed their marriage. Yes, say when we say Obi about the say share, why then I say you there.
Yeah,
But in my
sure.
case, let them for no.
But most of the times, if the person is not that strong,
Right.
if the person is not that strong, and then it doesn't have a very strong emotions, that
Yeah,
can also persuade that person off from getting married.
exactly. Sure.
Yeah, so even though
Yeah, it's true.
you can get close to people whose marriage didn't survive.
No, you not get close to them. You look at them from
Yeah.
a distance.
Yeah, you even though you look
Yeah.
at, you see, and that is why nowadays our youth don't want to marry.
Mhm.
Because if you go to social media right now, like TikTok and then Instagram and others, 80% of what you hear are broken marriages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will never hear successful marriage, but there are 100% of marriages that are working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's just because they don't come out to talk. You
But
see,
what could be the problem? The
about
divorces.
It
Like,
varies. It
yeah.
varies.
yeah, it varies.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to know. Okay, for me personally, I want to know.
yeah. So
I'm now coming, so I want to. I want to know.
so I think the last time we met, I gave you three things that breaks every marriage, if whether it is good or whether it is bad.
Right.
Yeah, I told you that the first thing is communication. Yeah, and then the second thing is finances, and then the third one that breaks marriage is sex.
Very true.
If you remove these three out, your marriage is failed. And then if these three are not in the marriage, even if one is not out, if one is not in the marriage, your marriage fails.
What about love? We've talked about communication, finance, sex. Love should be.
So
No,
no,
love is
no.
not part.
So the love is the pillar that holds it. So
Mm.
if I
But
love,
someone can be in a marriage and there's no love between them. You get it?
so if there is
Doesn't
no
work out.
if there is no love between them, that means they are not communicating. Because the only way I can talk to you frequently is when I love you. Early in the morning, I want to hear from you. In the afternoon, in the evening, I want
Yeah.
because I know that there's a connection between you and I.
But counselor, this one I want to ask you. The two of us are not married. So you are in a better position.
I'm in trouble today.
So you are not in trouble. So you're talking about love, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now, I believe that sometimes love dies,
Mhm.
right? And then looking at our parents, our grandparents who lived in marriage for a very long time, some 40 years and above. Don't you think it got to a point whereby there was no love, and then at a point they had to endure, they had to compromise?
Okay, so let's go back to the Bible, the beginning of
Right,
marriage, where God placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and I think last week our Archbishop Duncan William,
Yeah.
he did perfectly well on that, and
Right.
we need to congratulate him on that.
Sure.
One thing that he said that really touched my heart was that marriage is a purpose.
Mhm.
When I was listening to it, he said marriage is a purpose. So God didn't say that for this reason. He didn't say that for love reason a man will leave his father, but he said that for this purpose.
Okay.
So the first thing that comes in mind is that you are marrying for a purpose. So if you see marriage as a purpose, that is where you see marriage also as an institution. And then if you see marriage as an institution, that is where you also see marriage as a calling. So as a calling, that means that not everybody is called. Even the Bible even said it.
Some people never marry. Felixo.
Yes. And not everybody who is called is chosen.
Okay.
I mean, the Bible even said.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So if you see these three things in marriage, that will also maybe eager you to go for marriage or maybe prepare for marriage. Yeah.
Okay. So Derek, let's say when you go to a counselor wife to be,
Uh-huh.
and the counselor asks you, why do you want to get married? What will be your answer?
Hey,
This is a straight question.
why would I want to?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing that will come to mind is honestly, I've not thought about this. I've never thought about it. So why do I want to
Because
get
you're not
married?
ready.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Okay. Now, I believe that marriage is an institution ordained by God,
Yeah.
and so when we are getting married, or when a man is getting married, or people are getting married, first of all, they are fulfilling scripture, one, and then secondly, they are helping to advance God's kingdom. Because, as he said, I'm definitely going to marry a godly woman. We will bring up godly children, and then we'll train them to, take up the call of ministry, not necessarily being pastors or whatever, but they are going to be people that will definitely propagate the gospel, right? And so maybe that's one of the reasons I want to get married. That's why I cannot just marry anybody.
So you are defining in another term, you are defining the kingdom marriage.
Kingdom marriage, yes,
Okay.
basically,
So that
yeah.
will be the answer for the counselor.
One of the answers.
Okay, please, Manon.
Yeah.
Will you ever ask this question?
Yeah. The question that why do you want to get married?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was asked this question, and actually I answered this question before even I was asked.
Okay.
Yes. I think that question, the answer to that question was, I want to build a kingdom home. Yeah, a home where God will be proud of me, and also the country and also society will be proud of me. And then also I think the second thing I said was that I want to bring out children that whenever they see them, they see God in them. Yeah. So that was I think that was my answer for that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the age in marriage, like before getting married. So you see, sometimes they'll be like, "Me and Dodo,
Mhm.
me and Dodo, then I won't worry, me,
Mhm.
man." So do you think age, like age, no, means in American, the age you should focus on the age because of marriage? I don't know if you are getting.
Yeah.
I mean, should we have a particular
Yes.
age where when
Yeah,
we
the
get
Yeah.
particular age. Yeah.
So yeah. So please, I want to know your age, the age that you got married.
Okay.
Don't mind.
So I got married I think around 30s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Around the 30s or yeah, 30, 28. Yeah. That was when I got married.
And do you think that that's a problem for us, like the age?
The age.
Yeah.
So actually it's important to maybe get to the age where you should marry. But age doesn't define a person. Yeah. Um, going back to the Bible, where my basis is, I think Paul says something to the Corinthians. He said that when I was a child, I thought
I
like
thought
a
as a
child.
child.
I also understood like a child, and then also I speak like a child. But when I
Reason.
became a man,
Have no use for childish.
so that means that the transition from a child to a man is a long process, and it's not about age, but it's about how maybe Paul said it, the way you think, the way you communicate, and then the way you speak. So if a person can communicate well and can think well, and then also can also speak well, it's okay to get married.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Derek, what about you now? Both,
So I don't. So I think, as you said, age doesn't define it. In fact, whatever you are doing in life, I believe that to avoid any form of pressure, don't attach age to it.
Mm.
So is marriage. So I feel that when the individual is matured, when we look at both men and women, when it comes to the age that they should get married, it actually differs. You understand? Maybe a 25-year-old lady will be ready to get married, but a 25-year-old gentleman might probably not be ready. And so I believe it varies, and then maturity is the most important thing. When you have your things together and you believe that you can take care of a woman and a child.
and
Yeah.
and it's not even taken care of, but when you are able to control your temperament, and then also
Yeah.
control your emotion, because mind you, the person you are going to live with, as I also said, is not an angel.
Yeah.
There'll be mistakes that even you yourself you not even think that the person can make. But be mindful that in marriage we forgiveness comes in. So when be mindful to forgive each other, and then let go of wrongs. If you are able to do that, that means you are matured. Yeah.
Alright.
But Derek, Ucho.
Hmm?
Where are you married yet?
Why, man?
Uch, that's a Uch.
Most of my classmates are dead. No one is
Ah,
asking. Yes.
so Uch, when should we expect the invitation card?
Let us wait on the Lord.
Oh,
I
Lord
love
Media,
that.
Lord Media, he's already, like, he's ready.
No, I mean the second coming. The second coming of Jesus Christ. Let us wait for that one. Don't worry.
Love that.
I think,
Mhm.
Siana will share Pastor Malo, you will soon get married.
Eh.
Yeah, because no home,
Ah.
Rebecca.
Right, right.
So please, Mama, please give us your last words.
So I would say that marriage is beautiful.
Yeah.
No matter how the social media or people with failed marriages have made us to understand, no matter what, marriage is beautiful and it was built by God. And
And it's beautiful with the right person.
yeah, it is beautiful with the right person, not the perfect person
Exactly.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are not all perfect. Yeah, so with the right person. So that means with the right person, we can make a little bit of adjustments
Sure.
to it. Yeah.
Derek,
So what I want to say
our
is that
soon to be married man.
get crazy. So what I want to say is that you see most of the time there are a lot of young people who think that what they see in movies, they expect that some
Yeah,
of the things they
yeah,
see in
yeah,
movies
yeah,
when they get
yeah.
married. There's those times when telenovela was
Mm.
people want men like Alejandro and we say
Sorry, Chris.
yeah
Pablo.
Yeah.
and Pablo and Jose Luis.
Yeah.
Yes, but then one
Yeah.
thing is that marriage is actually different on its own, and so young people out there should resort to learning and then acquire more knowledge and wisdom when it comes to the subject marriage. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So, for the single men and single ladies, you've heard it all from our counselor and soon to be married man, Derek. Opa, opa, tick, tick, tick.
Anything you say.
I'll be your best. Know that.
You'll be part of the groomsmen.
Yeah, we kind of back door. So, thank you guys, and please take your time. Don't rush in marriage because there are lots in like getting married. There are a lot of things, so please take your time and choose the right person. Please subscribe to Ethel's Insight on YouTube. And I want to thank all my team: Derek, Felix, Bernice, Sueba, Elvis, Steven, Bene, Esther. Hey, Esther, my